Danny, as well, and point on Tuesday, but now we look ahead to hosting Chesterfield at the EBB on Saturday.
Yeah, no, it's good. We definitely took a point before the game. Yeovil, obviously, big club, good side. A little bit disappointed, probably there's a few decisions that I thought were, well, not correct. They had a good game, the ref. Other than that, but there's kind of add salt to the injury, and for us, because Alfie gets booked for simulation, which we can clearly see that it was actually a foul. And then not only that booking means he's now suspended for Saturday. So I feel for the lad, because he's got himself back in the side, and yeah, I'm disappointed in that. And then obviously their penalty. I keep watching it, trying to look for why I would give a penalty, and I can't see why, because it's a good challenge and he wins the ball. So, but as I said, it's a good point, 4 points against the two good sides, and that gives us some confidence going into Saturday against Chesterfield. And they're kind of feeling probably a little bit what we were feeling 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, and so we've got to make sure we're at it, because they're going to be coming for a reaction.
It was a great debut for Miles as well, but now we've just put in Lewis as well, hopefully boost options up front. What will he bring, and what was the thinking behind that?
I think we knew that the squad, we signed who we signed in the summer, and we kind of knew that as the season goes on, the squad will evolve and we'll make subtle changes here and there, and because football is what it is, and not everyone hits the ground running, and some people take more time, and others they struggle to find a bit of form. Others find form really easily, and so we knew that we'd have to keep strengthening, and we've been looking to bring in a forward, someone who's young and has got some pace. And fortunately, with our relationship with QPR, and they've allowed us to have Lewis for a month, so we can see how that goes and see how it takes us. But he's a great lad. He's made 5 or 6 appearances in the Championship last year, so we know he's obviously got quality. And yeah, it just adds a little bit more competition for places, which is what we want. So
we've just had our fans forum, where obviously we just announced our 5-year vision, and it starts at home on Saturday against Chesterfield.
Yeah, and I think I'm hoping that what people take from that evening is that there is a plan in place, and it's not going to be instant. I don't think, even when you look at these chairmen who take over top clubs in the world and just throw hundreds and hundreds of millions, even billions of pounds at stuff, it's not necessarily instant. And even if they do get a little bit of success straight away, it's hard to sustain it. It's just not how it works. So from our perspective, we're putting slowly but surely building blocks in place, and I'm hoping people walked away last night feeling confident that, you know what, we are really working hard behind the scenes to take this club where we believe it deserves to be.
And with Chesterfield, it feels like, a second chance to sort of right any wrongs that we couldn't possibly get right up at the Pro Act a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, a lot's happened since then. So, I think I said this to you before, when we talk about getting revenge on teams and things, it's difficult, because it's not, if it's exactly the same players in exactly the same scenario and exactly the same formation, then yeah, you could say, right, we can test ourselves, but they'll probably look different on Saturday to how they were against us, and we definitely will look different on Saturday to how we were against them. So, and they've got, listen, they're a big club, Chesterfield. You go up there, and the stadium, the infrastructure, the players they've got, it's going to be a tough game Saturday. And I've sort of pre-warned anyone who thinks that just because they're down where we are and we've had a few results, it's going to be an easy game. It's definitely not going to be that. But listen, we want to win the game, regardless of whether we lost, drew, or beat them last time. So that'll be our emphasis.
And Tinks wasn't involved on Tuesday, and a couple of players, obviously sat down for a bit of a cramp. How are they feeling ahead of Saturday?
Yeah, I just told the physio we're training for 2 hours, and she nearly had a heart attack, because she's like, well, they can't do that, and obviously we're not going to be training for 2 hours. But no, we've got to manage them today. We've got to make sure that we look after the ones that need looking after. But I'm also a big believer in you can't just stop training because players are feeling a bit fatigued. They've got to learn how to manage that, and because in a game situation, there's boys out there that are fatigued on Saturday, and if we just take them out of the scenario when they're a bit fatigued, they never learn how to manage those situations and become better at understanding the game.
And Chesterfield come off the back of a 5-1 defeat on Tuesday, but like we said before, that doesn't matter. Results have gone. Now we look ahead to Saturday, regardless of what happened before.
Yeah, I'm sure John Sheridan will be getting into his players and making sure that they realise that, just like we did with ours when we've been on the end of one of those, and just try and reiterate the fact that it's important that we show people that that's a one-off. So it's going to be a tough battle Saturday. We know what they're about. We know the style of football they play and how effective that can be if we allow them to do it. So yeah, no, it's going to be a tough one.
Click here for the next video and click here to subscribe.